Try to tickle yourself right now, under your arm, on your neck, on the bottom of your foot. Nothing happened, did it? Now, if someone else comes and touches the exact same spot, laughter, panic, screaming, stop, stop, stop. But why? It is the same touch. It is the same spot. But one sends you to the floor laughing and the other does absolutely nothing. This question sounds incredibly simple, but the answer opens up one of the strangest and deepest truths about how your brain works. Ready? Because the brain is doing something very sneaky here. In 1998, neuroscientist Dr. Sarah-Jayne Blakemore and her team at University College London published a groundbreaking study examining the brain's response to tickling. They were tickled both by other people and by themselves through a robotic arm. When someone else did the tickling, the cerebellum, the brain's coordination center, activated at full power. When participants tried to tickle themselves, the cerebellum almost completely suppressed that signal. The cerebellum acts as a kind of prediction engine for the brain. Before you make a movement, the cerebellum calculates in advance what that movement will feel like on your body, and then neutralizes that expected sensation. In other words, you already know where your own hands are going, and the brain uses that knowledge to cancel out the surprise factor. A tickle without surprise is not a tickle. You slowly move your hand toward your armpit. The brain knows this 1 second in advance. The cerebellum sends a warning signal. Incoming. Get ready. This is us doing it. No danger. Do not react. And the body complies. But then someone comes running from behind and touches that exact spot. The brain is completely unprepared. And that moment, laughter, panic, the no reflex. Tickling is actually a defense mechanism. The most ticklish zones, the neck, the groin, the armpits, the soles of the feet, are precisely the most vulnerable parts of the body, the exact points where a predator or an enemy could strike. The tickling reflex, when an unexpected touch arrives at these points, mobilizes the body. You push away, you pull back, you make sound. A completely unconscious defensive response. In 1997, psychologist Dr. Robert Provine at the University of Cambridge researched why tickling is more powerful with someone else than alone. Tickle laughter is part of social bonding and trust testing. When you tickle someone, you are entering their vulnerable zone, and they are allowing it. This is an unconscious signal of trust. That is why being tickled by a stranger feels uncomfortable, but the same action from someone you love can make you laugh. In 2013, researchers at Charité University in Berlin discovered that patients with schizophrenia could tickle themselves. The reason, in schizophrenia, the brain cannot correctly predict its own movement. The cerebellum's prediction engine is malfunctioning, so their own hands feel foreign to them, and the surprise factor is preserved, which means your inability to tickle yourself is actually proof that your brain is working perfectly. In 2000, Dr. Blakemore set up an experiment where participants could tickle themselves through a joystick. When you moved the joystick, a small robot touched your hand after a brief delay, and that delay, just a few hundred milliseconds, brought the tickle back. Because the delay created a gap between the brain's prediction and reality, the brain could no longer say, "This is me doing it," because the timing did not match. So all you need to do to tickle yourself is this: delay your own movement by just a little. If the brain is this powerful a prediction engine and can anticipate and neutralize our own movements this effectively, when does it get it wrong? Chronic pain, phantom limb syndrome, panic attacks. Not being able to tickle yourself makes you laugh. But when this mechanism breaks down, it can cause some people to suffer deeply. Try to tickle yourself and feel absolutely nothing.